welcome back to the arcade. We got another really cool game. This is Sega's Time Traveler. This is an epic game for me. When I was a kid, when this game first came out in the arcade, it was mind-blowing. For me, there was two games I remember when I saw them for the first time that were just absolutely mind-blowing. And I know this is going to sound kind of weird because it seems so commonplace now, but one was Mad Dog McCree. I remember when I saw that with my dad, and you could actually interact with live action video. It was amazing. And then after that, Time Traveler came out. And at that time, when you went from Mad Dog McCree to Time Traveler, it just felt like the hobby, or I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say the hobby, but arcades were just going in a completely futuristic direction. At the time when Time Traveler came out, you know, you can look up videos of this and you see it play in old school arcades. A lot of people don't remember this, myself included. You know, Street Fighter wasn't out yet. So when this came out, you still had all the classics in arcades. You had like Defender, Centipede, you know, all that stuff. And those are obviously, you know, some of the greatest games ever made. This was before the fighting game craze. And it's a really unique game. It's made by Rick Dyer, who also made Dragon's Lair and Space Ace, Thayer's Quest, which is actually probably more rare than Time Traveler. Time Traveler is a super rare game. It's really big, so that's probably why there's not a ton of them left. A lot of barcades around the country have them, so you could probably play one if you wanted to. It's an awesome game. This game gets a lot of flack, but it also has a lot of people who love it, like myself. This particular machine, this came from the company that made the game. So this was in their lobby, and I guess it was the demo system that they used when people walked into the company for meetings or whatever, or maybe it was the one that they took to trade shows, etc. I'm not sure about that, but I know for a fact this is directly from the company. It was never used in an arcade. And I got it from a private seller, and anybody watching this is probably on the collector's forums as well, so they might know this story already. But I got it from a private seller. He had a representative on the arcade forums, and because he didn't want to be involved with the sale, and he wanted somebody else to handle it. So this had been listed for, I think that was a lot of money. You know, it was more expensive than the average Time Traveler, and it was listed for a few months. And then finally one day I was like, you know, I'm going to make an offer. So I made an offer on this, and the guy countered, and I accepted. He was very specific about who he wanted to sell it to. So I had to go to California, I had to go to his house, meet the guy who has an amazing rare collection in his garage. And I was blown away just visiting him. And in the corner he had this Time Traveler, which is basically untouched. And so I met with him. He had a couple rules for me. He did not want this to get shipped overseas because he wants, you know, these games to stay here in the States, which I agree with. And he wanted to be able to come play it whenever he wanted to. So we shook on it, and then over time, you know, I had to do some payments on it, honestly, because it was a lot of money. But this is a game, you know, and I've had multiple opportunities to get it, and each time I came in underneath, you know, I didn't lowball, but I offered a lesser number than the seller wanted, and next thing I know, it sold. So I always missed out on it, and I was determined I was not going to miss out on this one. And this is an amazing game. If you watch this on YouTube, it doesn't do it justice. If you play the DVD version of this, it doesn't do it justice. This game is a showstopper. You turn off every game in your arcade, you just leave this one on, and people walk in, they're going to gravitate to it because the hologram effect is still very much, it's just awesome. It's still awesome. The sound is awesome. This game is rad. Now, a lot of people don't like it because it's kind of like Dragon's Lair. I myself, when I played it as a kid, thought it was too hard. But this costs $1. In fact, if you set the PCB settings on this game, you can't go any lower than 75 cents. So 75 cents was the lowest you could set this at. And so it costs $1 to play, and you probably die immediately because it was hard at the time. But I actually think that Dragon Slayer and Space Ace are harder games than this. And this is more forgiving. But you wouldn't know that because it costs $1, and if you're a kid, your parents give you $5, you're not going to spend all $5 playing Time Traveler. Like myself, I played it once, it died, and then I watched other people play it because it's just so mesmerizing. And I got this game, and as soon as I posted that I got it, I immediately got people contacting me if I wanted to sell it, and then they got mad that I didn't want to. They all gave me the same story I'm going to tell you. I played this with my dad when I was at Scandia, and everybody wants to buy it has a story about them playing with this one of their parents. A lot of nostalgia for it, which I totally understand. This one is not for sale, but a lot of people ask me for that. And then I've never owned a game before where so many people have decided to reach out and tell me how much it sucks. People, I didn't, even unprompted, people send me private messages saying, Time Traveler sucks. And everyone's entitled to their opinion. When I think the people that say that it sucks haven't played one as clean and as nice as this, or haven't played it at all. They've seen the DVD version, they've watched it on YouTube, and they don't get it. But this game is a tour de force. And if you see this game, if you come to my house, you see this game, you'll be blown away. And I've had haters come over here and they're immediately gravitated to it because it's so damn cool. Grail game for me, it's a Rick Dyer game, obviously, and you know, the only negative about it is so big. But man, what a game. Let's check out some gameplay. Alright, let's check out some Time Traveler gameplay on a dedicated cabinet.
This is your first adventure. Select Learn. To begin, you have one time reversal cube. You will need more. If you die, use the cube to reverse time and escape death. To save the universe, navigate the streams of time to the year 2552. Your quest begins in 1873.
It's mighty quiet around here, huh? It's mighty quiet around here. Too quiet. Well, now let's see here. Where's it? Hope that moon don't cause no crazies to come out now. Play my game. Just go to the level. You won!
Last chance to buy reversal cubes. You may need them. Thank you. Would you like to buy another? Thank you. Would you like to buy another? Thank you. Would you like to buy another?
Let's see here. Don't forget about your time reversal cue. Well, look at this. Trying to get me on that one now.
I've never seen that happen before.
Let's see here.
Jesus. Alright, so let's take a look at the cabinet. So, if you can find a time traveler, a lot of them, you know, are kind of beat up. The ones that are left, if you do find a new one that's not already owned. One of the harder things to find is this marquee that attaches to the back. And that's a lenticular marquee, so when you move it, it kind of moves with you in 3D. So I don't know who would ever be able to reproduce that. Obviously the box holding it, you could reproduce. But it's the artwork inside that would be troublesome. These are the original cubes. Kids used to take these off in the arcades, so a lot of people have to use reproductions. But these are the original ones. It's got kind of like this maroon paint on the bottom of the glass, so it really shows the play field. And I thought, you know, wouldn't it be cool if you could move these bricks around and make the 3D effect more prominent? But if you do that, you'll cut off the heads or the graphics, so it won't look as good. So they're perfectly placed where they are. Got the original artwork here. It's turned brown. I think it's originally white. I've seen different versions. And then, you know, this is explaining what to do. Original Sega hologram artwork. Sega, got some nicks in it, but I could fix this stuff, but as my buddy Frankie said, this will only be original once, so I'm not going to mess with it. Has a full working bill validator, because it accepts, you know, $1. I haven't actually tried that yet, but I assume it works. Free to play button installed, and then all the standard arcade stuff that you're used to. Here's the interesting stuff about Time Traveler. So you've got a standard Sony TV. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. In here, there's the bill validator, and sorry, I don't know if you're seeing this or not, but it is a standard CRT TV. It's a Sony one. I'm told that a lot of time travelers were harvested just to get this TV. So this would probably make an amazing retro gaming TV. And at least at the time, I don't know if this is true, so please correct me, but I heard that this particular TV is commercial grade, and it goes for over $1,000 if you can find one. So people harvest it for that. And this one has 0 burn because it was never used in an arcade. So this is not glass. This large canopy here, this is made by a fighter jet company that makes canopies for fighter jets. And this is the actual curved mirror that is reflecting the game. And even as I'm standing in front of it looking at it, it's messing with my eyes. So it's really interesting. And they keep it black with like this satin black material here. Alright, I got my phone light here so you can see the Sony TV. I don't know what brand that is. I guess it's a form of a Trinitron. It doesn't actually say on it. It's super nice. And then here's the canopy, which I don't ever touch, and I wipe with a microfiber if I do. And then here's that. I could pull it out back, but you can see everything from here. So you got power supply, amp support, the actual PCB is back there, and then under this right here is the actual laser disc, and you know, which works on this. But I got a Dexter, so it's currently running Dexter to preserve the laser disc, and I had to commit some bribery to get that done because the guys that make the Dexter, they stopped doing it, and I had to make a really big trade to make that happen. But it was worth it because, I mean, it's Time Traveler. Like, how can I not have a Dexter? Anyway, the laser disc and disc work in here perfectly. And that's the insides of a Time Traveler. Alright, so there you have it. This is Time Traveler. A lot of things I missed in the opening video, but you could probably see it in the gameplay. So actually, while I was playing that, I saw stuff that I've never seen before. And I'm glad that the devil popped up. So sometimes the devil with a slot machine pulls up, and if you push down, he will it'll roll a slot machine, and it'll actually take your life. If you have 1 life left, you're dead. It'll kill you right there. In this case, it gave me a life, which was fortunate because I got distracted and died a couple times. But the game has a bunch of different levels, and they rotate. So every time I turn the game on, you know, different time periods are in different spots. And on the right side, that's like the end game. On the left side, those are just the standard levels that you have to beat. So you beat those, and it's kind of always the same. Unless you die. If you die, then you get random events that you have to clear to get back and restart that time period over. And those are always kind of different. Now, if you play like the 1989 time period, on the left side, it's always kind of the same, unless you die. But sometimes it appears on the right side. So you clear everything on the left, you go to the right side. If you go to the right side, now it's got stuff that you've never seen before. And so I've owned this game for months now. I haven't beat it yet because I'm trying to be fair. Like, I'm not just pumping quarters to beat it. But I'm seeing new stuff all the time, which is really cool. You saw it on video. Like, I've never seen that happen before, and the game killed me. So, you know, compared to Dragon Slayer and Space Ace, they definitely kind of upped the ante in that regard. I still haven't seen everything in this game. Anyways, they have this at Galloping Ghost. When I went there, and this is no disrespect to Galloping Ghost, I love those guys. They're doing the Lord's work, and they've helped me out with so many of these games, especially art-wise. I've been there. I love the place. I'm happy that it exists. I want to go again. I even contributed to the movie, the documentary they're making for their fighting game. But when I went there and saw this, I questioned my sanity. I was like, this doesn't look as amazing as I remember it. And I think, you know, there's light pollution in there maybe, and I think maybe their TV needs a cap kit. That's just my guess. And so it didn't have the effect. So I think some people go to Galloping Ghost, they see that one and they're like, oh, I don't get it. But this one is, it's mesmerizing, man. And I wish you could all see it. Pac-Man QC has an awesome video on this game. He goes into way more depth than I am right now. And I wish everybody could play this version. Because like I said, people who criticized me for buying it, they came over and played it and they were like, that's amazing, I totally get it now. So I know, you know, if you search on YouTube, you'll see barcade owners. Like, some guys have done some really amazing restorations on these. And if there's a barcade near you, you should give this a try. And a really cool game. It's best when you just turn this on, you crank up the sound, you really get the full effect. Anyways, love this game, so happy to have it. What else can I say? It's an iconic game. They have one of these in the Smithsonian. You know, I don't know if they'll ever go back to holographic games or anything. I know if you go to CES and stuff, they have holographic technology. I would love for somebody else to take another shot at this. Peter Wynn on Facebook, who's become, you know, a friend, not like we've chatted. He's hardcore into this, and he either restored a time traveler or built his own using a real PCB and everything. If you want to see hardcore time traveler fans, you check out that guy's YouTube channel. He even hosted a get-together, like a reunion, for all the actors that appeared in this game, which is insane but awesome at the same time. So kudos to him. There's tons of information about this game on the web. I'm only making this video because I just love this game so much. And if you get a chance to try it, try it. It sucks on MAME though, so go to a barcade. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.